It's like some sort of tea, like a sparkling tea. It's pretty good. I like it. I like it.
Mate. Is that some LA stuff or?
Man, you know what? I did get hip to it when I was in LA. You know what I'm saying? I can't lie. Whole Foods, man. Whole Foods.
Round up before I even get started. Dorian, would
Okay.
you mind keeping it PG-13 if you don't
I
mind?
got you, man. I keep it PG. How about that? Got you.
We'll give people a few minutes to come on. Dorian, it's an honor. Where you at, by the way? Where you at?
I live in Houston, Texas.
Man, what's up with y'all, dog? Y'all people dying.
Man, it's folks, well, you know how we are. Like us in general, like we don't take these threats serious unless it's like the police or like, you know what I mean, something like that. So like the coronavirus, it wasn't real, and now people start to see it is. You see the mayor in Atlanta? You see she got it?
Nah, I haven't watched the news. I haven't. What happened with that? I don't know.
She got it. She got the coronavirus. The mayor of Atlanta, and like this weekend, it was like a bunch of pool parties and people was wilding. But
that's right.
It is what it is, man.
Round up fam, thanks for joining me. I'm honored to hang out with my boy Dorian. He's doing some amazing things. I love your spirit. Round up, my mission is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. However, I still want to make sure I don't give you business. My mentor says, Chris, don't commit business incest, only having real estate people.
I like that.
We got to have other type of thinkers, philosophers, ideologies on my channel, man. And I'm really trying to open up my brain. Yeah. Forward thinking, Dorian, what you're doing is so, I feel like you're so passionate about what you're doing. Where do you get all this passion from? I hear you talk. I'm like, dang.
Man, so a few things. So it's in my genes, like my dad. The way I talk, that's how my dad talks. That's how my aunt talks. A lot. My sister, she talks the exact same way. My daughter, she's one, and we see it with her too.
Oh, Lord.
But mainly, man, I used to be a college basketball coach.
Yeah, I see that.
And so since I was a college basketball coach, you got to speak to people in a language that they understand. And when you're talking to 40, 50-year-old, 60-year-old white men, man, that's one thing. When you're talking to a 15-year-old kid who's 6'8", from the hood, you're trying to get him on the right path. He's not doing the things that you might need him to do in practice. There's a certain way you have to speak to him that's going to cut through, as opposed if we were speaking to you about speaking to my lady or something like that. So that's what that is, man. Then on top of it too, I wholeheartedly believe that entrepreneurship and financial literacy is the thing that's going to give Black people an even playing field when it comes to institutional racism. And I feel like I'm living through, my ancestors are living through me every single day, right? There's a lot of my ancestors who I never met, who I never knew, but they survived long enough to keep the generation going, to keep the Clark name going. So who am I to not wake up every day and post on Instagram 3, 4, 5 times a day, and to not run Facebook and Instagram ads? I mean, they had to go and work in fields for 16, 17, 18 hours a day and deal with torture and abuse. And so I think about them all the time. Like, I'm carrying them with me. So how can I not be passionate? No.
Wow. Standing on the shoulders of giants is what I like to say. How about that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, round up. If you don't know my guest, he's from. I guess are you from Indianapolis or you?
I am. I'm from Naptown. Yep.
And went to. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm originally from Indianapolis. My dad was in the military, so we moved around a lot. I was born in Abilene, Texas, and then we moved to Japan for about 4 years, and I moved to Northern California. And then both my parents are from Dayton, Ohio. Gotcha. And then I got to Indianapolis when I was going into 6th grade. So I spent middle school, high school, college. So Naptown, Indianapolis, that's my hometown.
Gotcha. So you went to college, came out of that. Then you started coaching basketball. I was reading your book. I want to know, when did you have this shift? Round up. The reason Dorian is on here is because he is an entrepreneur. Would you be considered are you like an entrepreneur, or do you do brick and mortar stuff too?
Well, I mean, I guess right now it's E. I think we all E right now. Is there any brick and mortar for anybody?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
For me, man, like we help everybody at Group 82 Media, and I know that we'll probably get into everything that we do. Yeah. So even brick and mortar too. But I feel like everyone has to have some sort of digital presence. I mean, even if you're a truck driver right now, your job's going to lose. Like you're going to lose your job. Like it's going to get automated. And I can say this because
driving trucks.
Exactly. Like my uncle, he's not here with us anymore. But he was a truck driver. So if he was around right now, I would tell him, Uncle Rec, like you need to find a way to monetize whatever you're doing on the road. If it's not the deliveries, whether it's your personality, whether it's you selling some sort of product that you know all other drivers or truck drivers need, or something that the robots won't be able to do, but the humans can. So, I mean, I'm definitely an e-entrepreneur, but I feel like everybody, man, you got to have something you can do online right now. You got to.
Yes, I'm loving that. Well, that's why I got you here, because I heard your story about I was actually in the music business too. I come back when you're talking about, I'm back in the day with million sales releases.
Yep.
Million sales releases. That was your thing. You got to sell 1 million records the first week.
Yep.
If you didn't do that, it was like want to buy checker for you, But that joint, oh my God, I feel like that's almost Jurassic, Dorian.
Taylor Swift can do it. Adele can do it.
Beyonce could probably do it.
I don't even know if she can do it anymore. Drake hasn't even done it, which is That's insane, man. So, I mean, yeah, that's
say with me, sales, right? Sales. I mean, my mind was like for years, I'm like sales, but I was reading your book and you're talking about when did you have that shift to go from sales to streaming?
Yeah.
That mental shift. I know your brain must have been melting, but the way because I no doubt you met people like, they ain't making no money. Why are you doing all that? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?
So fortunately for me, man, so the era that you were talking about, that's when I was a child.
Yeah.
So when I was growing up, I would just listen and I would just see like Boyz II Men and Mariah Carey. They were on the charts for 18 weeks. And then you hear stories as people in Boyz II Men are struggling with their money. Or you see Tony Braxton was everywhere when we was younger. And then she goes on Oprah and she's broke. Yeah. Or there's something, I missed it. I didn't get to see the whole thing, but it just came out on ABC. It was about Lou Pearlman, and people might not know who he is, but he's the manager that started Backstreet Boys. He started NSYNC. He started O-Town.
Is it the fat white dude?
Yes, with the glasses. And they had all of them on there being interviewed. And Lance Bass, like you talk about $1 million in a week. NSYNC went platinum in like 4 hours. Yeah. And Lance was like, I'm in the biggest band in the world. I can't even afford my rent in my apartment. That's how much they were getting ripped off. Like that's how that era was. And so for me, I was very conscious of that when I came into the music business. So for me, I was always constantly learning. I was constantly reading. I was looking for other people's mistakes. So I just started making music until I was 29. That was 2013.
I saw that.
So once that happened, I made sure that I was a sponge and looking at everything. And I saw the way people were consuming music, how I was consuming music, which was Spotify.
At that time?
Yes. And I'm hearing all these big artists saying that streaming's not giving us nothing and blah, blah, blah. This was during the streaming wars. So what happened is like Drake would only
Napster and all that.
Yeah, well, not Napster, but like Drake would only release on Apple Music for 2 weeks. And then Jay-Z would only release on Tidal and things like that. So there was all this competition. I'm like, okay, everybody's complaining about streaming. But for me, and I put this in the book, but I'll give your audience, man, the antidote. So there's this app called Periscope. It's a live streaming app. And I used to go on Periscope every single day, built my platform on there, got about 24,000 followers. And when I was there, we used to talk like how you and I are talking right now. And we were talking about the music business. And they asked me, hey, did you hear about Nelly's tax problems? I said, no, I know Nelly had tax problems. So I went and looked it up. And the Business Insider had an article. And in the article, they were talking about Nelly's tax problems. And they had embedded tweets in the article from Nelly's fans that said, yo, I can't let my man Nelly go out like this. How many streams do we got to get him out of his tax trouble? And Business Insider calculated and figured it out. I was like, hold on, streaming paying like that? So I asked my 24,000 fans on Periscope at the time, I said, hey, I got a song called Don't Sleep. Let's have Don't Sleep, Don't Sleep. So let's put Don't Sleep on repeat while you sleep tonight. And let's just see what happens. And so they did that. Kris, I had been making music at that time for about 1.5 years on all platforms combined, YouTube, SoundCloud, all streaming platforms. I probably had like 800 plays total with everything. In 2 days, my song Don't Sleep had 2,300 plays.
Yeah, I saw that. Wow.
And I was like, hold up. Like people are actually listening. And then a month later, I got my first royalty check. It was the biggest check I'd ever received from music at that time. I was like, yo, streaming's paying. So I was all in. And so that is when I really started studying. And I learned about Spotify and Spotify playlisting and the algorithms and how to hack Spotify and how to see if something's real versus if it's fake. And then that's literally how I built my business, because I gained all this knowledge when even people who were in the industry, like somebody who might have been like who you were back then, how they are now, like A&Rs or whatever, they had no idea.
Hang on to that stuff.
Yeah, like they weren't paying attention. And like I was in LA, so I'm talking to people at labels and stuff, and they don't understand Spotify playlists. I'm like, y'all still sleep on this? So I stopped talking. I'm like, I'm not about to keep talking to y'all. I'm about to just do it.
Almost like YouTube today.
That's exactly that's what I kept telling people. That's exactly what I kept telling people. I'm like, yo, it's like if you get on right now, you like an early YouTuber. Why are you not taking advantage of this? But they were asleep, and now everybody's on it, but the game's saturated now.
Well, you can still carve out your. I didn't even get started till 2017. Really, you can carve out your niche. It's harder.
Yeah,
it's harder, but
definitely.
I am such a fan of you. Your message, first of all. Second, ownership. I'm like, you're coming up through the ranks. Have you even sold any hard music product?
We've sold merch. My very, very, very first project which I took off of all streaming platforms, y'all. The only people that are like my day one, like my mom and like Shay6363 who bought my first album. But I had some like CDs. This is 2015, and I'm looking, and I just bought a new MacBook at the time. It didn't even have a CD player. I'm like, you know what I mean? So I can like listen to this in my car. I'm like, you know what? That's just going to be some collector items that we just sell down the road. So I don't even have like no physical copies of my music like that.
Dorian, I went to see E.T. Recently. He was giving away mad DVDs and mad CDs. No doubt they were from the days he bought thousands of them.
Yes. Yes. He needs to just hold on to them and just like sign them and just give them away in some special.
That's what he's doing.
Ain't nobody no DVD player, bro.
Dorian, I'm so glad you made that shift, but I guess your message, I heard it. You were screaming to people about this message, and I feel like it's an old message. But I'm like, people almost are holding on to this old way of doing business, Dorian. What is it, man? How do we get through to these people that this is the new entrepreneur?
Folks hate change, and it takes things like what we're going through right now to make them change.
The COVID thing?
Yeah, exactly. Like
you got to change.
You have to, because you lost people that had everything, lost everything. Like they were protecting themselves from the stock market. Right. They had their business. They had insurance. They had their employees. Anything that could have happened financially, they were fine. Like think if you owned a movie theater, I'm fine. Think if I own a cheesecake factory, I am fine. We're inside one of the busiest malls in America. Only thing that could get me is people stop coming outside. They stop coming outside. Like 24-hour fitness, they're probably going to close. Right. So it's just you have to prepare for everything, and you have to be able to adapt. And like I said, if you were looking at digital products before, you wouldn't have struggled. Like Group 82, we've done the best we've ever done the past 3-4 months because everything we do is online. And everybody keep asking how y'all doing. I said, we're doing fantastic, right? Because we do all digital products, man. Gone are the days where you had to show up every day at a brick and mortar, advertising the yellow pages and billboards and all that stuff. You can do everything from your phone and from your computer, and it don't cost that much if you learn what you're really doing. And the returns right now are insane. The returns on Facebook and Instagram ads are lightweight criminal right now. You got to be running them. You have to.
I want to talk about your profit margin in a post coronavirus, Dorian, where a good profit margin is 30% on a store.
Yeah.
I don't want to push it too hard. I'll let everybody know my profit margin is 90%. So I'm like, I want to know, give me what your profit margin is on your business now.
So I'll just give y'all this. So we ran a sale on Father's Day, and we ran a Father's Day sale where we put everything on sale for 50% off. And those sales are pretty much a very accurate depiction of our margins, because I literally have like limited overhead. So when I'm calculating the numbers, like everything's like 0, 0, 0. I'm like, yo, this isn't realistic. No one's gonna believe it. So
no write-offs, right? It is a problem for tax time.
Yeah. So when we ran the sale, I ran it through Facebook and Instagram ads. So now we gotta actually spend some money. Yeah. So in 5 days, man, we spent $1,200 on ads. Our return was $9,200. Gotcha. That's like the steepest that it gets for us. You know what I mean? Just right there. Now that's a half off sale when we're spending that much money on ads. Usually we're not spending that much. Usually it's just people see me on Instagram and they'll go buy something. So what did that cost me? Internet connection and my thumb fatigue? Like, you know what I mean? Like I have limited overhead.
You got to pay for the internet anyway, Dorian. I mean,
exactly. Yep.
Roundup. I want you to receive this. Let me bring you up to speed. Roundup. We're here with Dorian with Group 82. He's an entrepreneur, and I wanted him to come on because his story and his passion for what he's doing. I kind of felt it through his videos. I'm passionate about real estate. So, Dorian, I've been telling my real estate followers that this internet is way more powerful than real estate. Infinitely more powerful because it's on 24 hours a day all around the globe. When did you say, you know what, man, I need to own? No doubt you were exposed to the old way of going through the A&R, shopping deals, all this crap. That's the old way of turning into a slave. When did that light switch come on? Like, you know what, man, I'm gonna own my own stuff.
When I first came in, man, I wanted to own my own stuff, but I wanted to own my own stuff out of necessity because I was a college basketball coach and I didn't own nothing. Like I owned jack because you have to wait for a school to hire you. You got to wait for an NBA team to hire you. I had absolutely no control, regardless of my qualifications, of my relationships. I had no control.
Can you stay there for a minute, Dorian? On that college thing, you blew my mind with that whole thing about the athletes being slaves, man.
Yeah, I mean, literally, that's what it is. And you know what? I'm so proud of all these young cats right now who are coming out and talking about things that really happen. Like there's a young dude who played at Penn State and he transferred, and he said he came out today and said, well, yesterday, the reason that he transferred is because his white coach made a joke about a noose being around his neck. So he transferred to Iowa State. You know what I mean? And good. And the coach never apologized to him. He had told his parents came down, they met with the athletic director, they met with the coach, and the coach never apologized. And now all of a sudden today, the coach releases a statement with an apology. He ain't the only coach doing that. In college sports, it's about as racist as it gets. And I was in basketball. Football is even worse. And so when I was in that, oh my God, it's football. I can't speak for too many people, but football, they literally prey on the black single mom because, like, okay, it's like we can just frame it like this. If you grew up in the hood, I'm from Nap. So let's say that you grew up on the west side of Nap and you grew up in the hood and everybody around you is black, but everybody around you broke, right? You go to your church, everybody there is black, but everybody there is broke. You go to your school, everybody there is black except for the principals and stuff, but everybody there is broke. And you're good at football and you're good and you're playing, but you're around black people all the time. So you start association black with being broke and poverty. And if you see somebody in your family get killed, it's by a black person, right? You start having these negative connotations. And the only positive connotation that you might have for a black person is if they like give you some money to go buy you some shoes or something, drug dealer, something like that. So that's all that we're seeing. And one day when you're in 9th or 10th grade, this coach, Nick Saban, that you've been seeing your whole life, he comes in and he comes into your house. Not only is he a celebrity, he's rich. He's a white man, right? And you always associated white with a little more because all the principals at your school's white. Exactly. And these coaches, they know how to talk to black people. They know how to talk to black women. These coaches are expert salesmen. And he comes in and he tells you everybody that he's put in the NFL. And to date, I have over $2 billion in NFL contracts. And son, if you come and do what I asked you to do for 4 years, y'all won't be here in 4 years. You'll be able to get your mama out of here. And mama wants it. The son wants it. So they sign a letter of intent and then they send him down there. What is in this kid's mind now? I'm going to listen to everything that this white man tells me. This white man can't do any wrong by me.
Loaded gun.
And so now, if he, like Andre Rison just came out when he was in Michigan State, one of his coaches smacked him in the face. So now if he smacks you in the face, or they call you out your name, or they do something to tell you ain't tough enough, do I want to go back to where all the black people are broke? Or do I want to sit here at the University of Alabama where I'm on TV and I got dorms and I got food and I got girls and I got everything. I got all the Nike gear I could ever imagine. And my teammates of when I was a freshman and they were juniors and now I'm a junior, they're in the NFL. They coming back with their Bentleys. Do I want that? I'll take getting smacked in the face so I can get that, as opposed to me speaking up and going back to the hood. And so what happens is they demoralize these athletes, and it's a slave owner, slave mentality. No question.
Holy cow. So I'm presuming you experienced that being a coach, and you were talking about, I remember you mentioning something about all the money's coming in. Why aren't athletes getting paid? I'll stay here just for a second. Then I want to keep going with the entrepreneur stuff. Why can't they get any money, Dorian?
Why would they? Why would you pay them? Like, we're both black. Slavery is the most heinous sociological crime in the history of civilization, in the history of people. The Atlantic slave trade is the most heinous sociological crime. It is the best business model of all time. We're going to bring people in. We're going to strip them of everything they know, all their names, all their religion, anything. They're going to work from us from sun up to sundown, and we're going to have a profit margin, right? Like you and I were just talking, that's through the roof.
Yeah.
So if that worked for their great granddaddies, why am I going to pay these athletes? Like,
wow, man.
It makes absolutely no sense. Like I saw an article in Forbes, Ohio State football, not the school, Ohio State football, their valuation is like $1.3 billion. It's like 70 kids that are on the team. So you do that math, like a scholarship that's $40,000 a year plus training and all that. I mean, all in 4 years, you probably paying $200,000 for that kid's talent. If he wins the Heisman Trophy, if he has a bunch of Instagram followers, he brings all that value. Each of those kids is generating millions and millions and millions of dollars. Why would we reduce our profit margin when we ain't got to? And what's this going to take is the stuff that's going on now. But I think basketball could do it before football. This is what needs to happen. The NCAA felt it with this coronavirus thing. They weren't able to have the NCAA tournament in college basketball, which was huge. I think this is what needs to happen. Next year, during the college basketball season, the guys play, all the kids play. They have the selection show. They pick the 68 teams. They're going to the tournament. They have the predictions. Everybody filling out all their brackets. Vegas is taking all the bets. And the first day of the tournament, all the black players say, we ain't playing because y'all don't want to pay us. I'm about to be out of school in 2 weeks. I'm going to the NBA. I don't need to play in this. We're not playing. What they gonna do? And they're gonna listen to them. Why ain't y'all playing? Because we need to get paid. Well, we can't pay y'all. Okay, pay the next group, or they ain't gonna play neither. Like I think the contract with the NCAA and CBS for the NCAA tournament is like $18 billion. They can't afford to lose that again. Not after no damn coronavirus. So.
Do you think that this coronavirus is gonna? When you spark something that I'm thinking, Dorian, slave days, you have no expense for labor. I feel like it's almost like turning back around now to the people that are aware how to use this internet. We can almost turn it the same way and use it for our benefit.
I don't know the demographics of your audience. I know we've been talking a lot about our culture.
Yeah, that's them.
But I feel like right now, man, this is the black entrepreneur golden age. Like when you look at like the gold rush, right? When you look at the .com bubble, which none of us had access to.
I did.
When you even look at like Eli Whitney, the cotton gin, even though that wasn't his invention, he still, you know what I mean? Or you look at Henry Ford with the Model T. Right now, if you're a black entrepreneur, this moment where we're living today is it. All you need is a phone and a computer and an idea. And if you start talking good enough and you're an expert on anything that goes, people are going to pay you. Like one thing, like you talked about real estate. I get on my realtor friends all the time. I'm like, why aren't y'all on Instagram every single day making the videos I make about real estate and houses? You know how many people don't know what escrow is? You know how many people don't know like about interest and taxes? And you know how many people don't know nothing about buying a house? They know absolutely nothing. If you go on there every day, 3 times a day, and just make it cool like I do. Go grab a video of Jay-Z from 444 where he was talking about buying the block, and then you break it down. You do this every day. No matter where you live, they're still going to hit you up for house advice, for real estate advice. And what happens to the area where you live? You're going to be a star. You're going to be a celebrity because all of y'all work for these realtors. You're an entrepreneur now. You know, goddamn entrepreneur. Sorry, you're an entrepreneur. They own you, okay? You're an entrepreneur where you can do it all on your own. So you need to market this. I don't understand why ain't no real. I can't think of one superstar realtor that I can go to their Instagram right now and I'm going to learn something about houses and being a residential house buyer in the next 30 seconds. I can't think of one. Not one.
Wow. That is so crazy. You preach it. You know what's weird? I was with Patrick Bet-David recently.
I saw that. Yep.
I'm like, Dorian, I'm like, you are worth $150 million. You're doing this every day. Why is it that my people are not doing this, Dorian? What is the problem with giving to the atmosphere? Is it something we don't want to give?
They feel like I don't want to give my best stuff away, which is the exact opposite. Because like the only reason I discovered Patrick Bet-David was because of Kobe. I had no idea who Patrick Bet-David was until he interviewed Kobe Bryant. And I started looking at his whole business model and everything he was doing. I'm like, I don't really agree with like the business and what they're doing. But I said, but he's killing it. You know what I'm saying? So
it's irrelevant.
Exactly. And so like I started studying him and a lot of other people. And I'm just like, there's no reason not to give your best information away because they're not going to be able to replicate it like you. Like Steph Curry can come right now onto the podcast and talk to us about the exact mechanics on how to consistently hit 30-foot threes. You and I are still going to be out there airballing. It don't matter. We ain't Steph Curry. We ain't put in the work. You know what I mean? And that's what it comes down to. Give all your best information away. They ain't going to put in the work anyway. And the ones who do put in the work, guess what? They're going to love you. Not only are they going to love you, they're going to build their own empire. So that's what it is with me, like with the Ducks and the Swans. I give all this information away because I want them to have their own ponds. So now I got my pond, you got your pond, Chris got his pond, Patrick Bet-David got his pond. And then the next time that the Redskins are for sale, because they racist as hell, guess who's buying them? We are. Yep.
Gotcha.
Come on, man.
Wow. You got a very big thinking. I feel like you were almost a businessman before you were a music person.
Which is crazy because my dad's like military, no business, nothing. My mom wasn't like that. But I found out, man, my mom told me my great-grandmother, Grandma Toot, who died when I was like 8 months, but she got a chance to hold me before she passed away. She was 4'8", used to keep a pistol, you know what I mean, right here. Y'all can't see me. She was right in her cleavage. And she ran a juke joint by herself, 4'8" in Dayton, Ohio. So when I started feeling all this entrepreneurship stuff, my grandmother and my mom said that's Grandma too. So nice. So shout out to her. But yeah, man, it's everybody has it though. It's just a matter if you do it to the level, that you and I do it. But especially if you black, like everybody black has had to, sorry for the term, nigger rig something. You done fixed your door, you done sold something that you ain't put on you. You done something. You know what I mean? It's just a matter if you scaled it out or not.
To get by. I think we aren't. I look at my daughter's education, and I'm not mad at Christopher Columbus. It is what it is, man. And I'm like, damn. Yeah. Then she goes, Dad, I'm not good at math. I'm like, your people invented math. How can you even say this? I'm trying to feel my way too, Dorian. As I'm Hampton University says, as we matriculate through this thing.
Yes.
Let's get back to this E thing. Roundup. I'm hanging out with Dorian from Group 82. You got anything for my people if they want to give you some money, Dorian, or use some of your products?
Go to group82media.com. So we got a few things. I got a free ebook called 3 Social Media Strategies That Actually Work. And I'm glad you keep saying the E because that's what we really talk about and I break down inside the book. This is for anybody who wants to grow their social media, and you'll be able to start growing your social media today. 3 social media strategies that actually work. So what's the main E that we all want on social media? That's engagement, right? So that's the first E. The way you get engagement is through one of 3 ways. You either have to be in education, in entertainment, or erotica. You either have to be teaching people something, you got to be entertaining them, making them laugh, or you got to be turning them on. So when you go to my Instagram and you look at a lot of music business videos, I'm doing education, right? I'm giving education
But you
value.
got 2 though. You got entertainment you almost putting two together.
But I didn't realize I had the entertainment, so I started making the videos. This is why people got to get their ass in front of the camera, because you don't know what you got to the market tells you. You know what I mean? I didn't know. So like I give value every single day, and that makes people come and view me as an expert, which I am, and then they buy from our website because I pub it every time. That's education. Entertainment, making people laugh, you dancing, you rapping, you singing, you give them value every single day. And then if you have some sort of company, they're going to rock with you. You're going to get a lot of engagement. And then erotica, like all my ladies is out there that's posting in like your bikinis, or all my fellas that has their shirt off with the abs. You are trying to turn people on Instagram. It's working. Your account is blowing up. But how are you converting that into sales? But so once you figure out one of those three strategies, you double, triple, quadruple down on it. And then that is when your brand will really, really grow. So if you go to group82media.com, you can download that ebook for free. I'll give you all this information for free. And if you have any questions about it, just DM me at Dorian Group 82 on Instagram.
Dorian Group 82. Say that again. So say that again for me, Dorian.
At Dorian Group 82 on Instagram, and the website's group82media.com.
Let me type that in here. I didn't even get that in.
Yeah, so my little name thing on StreamYard, but I don't know if they're going.
Oh, there it is. At Dorian Group. There you go. Right there. Cool.
Yeah.
Group 82. So you were doing it. Tell me about this thing. We got 30 minutes. Round up. Get your questions in for Dorian. I'm telling you, I promise you. Please. Dorian, people think I'm a real estate guy, right? Well, I am a real estate guy. But listen, like I hang out with, anyway, some huge real estate. It made me look like a freaking ant, Dorian.
That's the best people to be around, though, because I being black, man, like we set our bars too low. We set our bars way too low because they've taught us that. And so we have to raise that ceiling of how we think. Like, I mean, I know for me, when I used to get like $1,000, like, oh my God, I remember the first time I got $10,000 saved in my account. I'm like, I don't think that my parents ever had this. But then I started thinking about my goals. Like, I want to be a billionaire. Like, what's $10,000 to a billionaire? What's the math on that? 0.0001% of my goal. So it's just like, when you hang around big people, you got big goals, you're able to humble yourself all the time. Like, yo, man, you ain't doing shit.
you open up your conversations a little differently.
Yeah, straight up.
My dude, if I say the wrong thing, this dude's like, man, you gotta go.
Kicking you out the club.
It's the truth, man. Don't be calling me on that, dude. Call me with big numbers. Don't be calling me on no little numbers.
I don't know if you listen to Earn Your Leisure. I love them. I absolutely love them.
I love those dudes.
And they had, I think it was, I don't know if it was Jay Morrison or Ryan Leslie on there. And they were talking about, I think it was Jay Morrison. And he was talking about how if he's doing a deal for $100,000 or for $10 million, it's still the same amount of work. So why would you focus on the $100,000? And that's the same thing that we do here at Group 82 when people complain about our prices. It's like, if we build you a website for $300 or we build it for $1,500, it's still the same amount of work for us and our team. So why would I price it at $300? And I think as Black entrepreneurs, sometimes we get so scared that if we price it too high, people won't buy. People ain't gonna buy no way. And you don't need to worry about them. You need to focus on the people who will buy. And the way you get them to buy is to have a social media strategy that actually works, and you give them value every day. Sorry, I hit my finger like I do in every video. If you give them value every single day, they're eventually going to buy from you. And plus two, when you set your price high, there's this mentality that it's quality. And if you have really put in the work, you've really studied, you are an expert in this, you deserve that. You have the quality. And on top of all of that, if they don't buy, guess what you can do? You can bring the price down. Or when you put stuff on sale, now you have that delta of 50% where your margins ain't crazy. Like if we got a website for $1,500, 50% off, we still make it $750. If our website's $500, 50% off, now it's $250. It's like, man, like we big really difference. Squeezing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I'm excited about that for you. So what does the future hold for you, Dorian? Tell me what does your future look like?
I got some stuff coming, man, in like the next 2 weeks. If you really lock into me on at Dorian Group 82 on Instagram, I got something coming, man. That it's really gonna be. I'm very happy about it. I'm not speaking too much about it. It's subtly in the air right now.
You ain't saying
But,
nothing. I'm
man,
like,
listen, man. Like, it's because I get kind of. I don't believe in like jinxes, you know what I'm saying, but stuff happens. So, but
I mean, okay, forget that then. Well, what is your? Let's say 5 years. I don't know.
Okay.
Where are you headed? Well, I'm trying to help my rounduppers. I want to pull them to where you're at.
Yeah, I got you with that. But I'll say this: what I do in like 2-week launches, I want to come back on here because I really want to dive into what we're doing, and I think it's going to help people a whole lot. So that not little thing, but that's next. But in 5 years, I stopped doing 5-year plans, man, when I got out of college, because technology, man, has just completely just wiped that away. I mean, it's like things change so fast.
Were you around in the ADAT area?
The who?
ADATs.
What's that?
An ADAT, which was a machine when we recorded in the studio, it looked like a VCR, but it had 8 tracks on the VHS tapes.
I didn't get into music until like I could do it on my computer at home. So
good God Almighty. Rewind. Forget I said all that.
But that's part of the reason, because I'm from Indianapolis and everybody have all this equipment that you're talking about, or the people that did was taxing. You know what I mean? So but technology changes so much, man. But one thing that we're really going to still be doing in 5 years is, I'm telling him, my nephew this, he's about to start his freshman year playing football at Alabama A&M. Digital marketing. If you don't understand Instagram ads, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Google ads within the next 4 to 5 years, you need to shut your business down now, right?
Wow.
There's so many resources that you have. Like I'm going through this training right now. Facebook.com/blueprint. Facebook.com/blueprint. Facebook has its own university essentially that teaches you everything you need to know about Facebook ads and Instagram ads. They got study guides, they got practice questions, and then you can take questions to get certified, right? So I'm certified as a digital marketing associate through Facebook. I'm certified as a creative consultant for digital ads through Facebook, and I got a couple of other certs that I'm going after right now. You need to be on there. This is all free information. Like the test costs like $100, but if you want to take the information and just learn it, you need to know Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Google ads,
social media.
You have to know the ads. Like today is this blackout. I'm trying not to cuss. Today is this blackout thing that everybody's talking about. It's like, well, I'm only going to support black businesses. If you only going to support black businesses, cut your phone off and go sleep on the ground outside. Because if you're doing anything with social media, anything, you're giving them money. Every single data point that Facebook has, they use to make money. I've been on Facebook since it came out. I was a sophomore in college when it came out in 2004. Facebook knows everything about me. They have all that stuff aggregated, and it's all data points. And they give all this advertising money, all this information to advertisers to target us. That's why when you talk about something or you search something on Google, you come to Facebook or Instagram and you see an ad for it. They know you better than you know you. Mm-hmm. If you don't know yourself that well, go to your Instagram algorithm. Instagram knows who you are. Everything that you're into is on your Instagram algorithm. They know us so well. And that's because of the power of Facebook Pixel. Facebook Pixel needs to be installed on every website, and it keeps track of all this stuff. And so you got to learn these things. So if I'm saying these things like Facebook Pixel and conversions and you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go to facebook.com/blueprint and learn these things. This is stuff you have to know. If not, your business will not be around within 36 to 48 months.
Wow, Roundup. I hope you're hearing that. See, we have companies. I'm like an old geezer now, right? So I try to focus on what I do good, and then we hire people to kind of work on different legs. You know, you can't learn it all. You're right. No one can learn everything, but you have to have an understanding of what you're. Basically, I think what you're saying, and for my Roundup homies, is you got to have some type of understanding to how to grow a social media presence.
Absolutely, and it's not easy. It's Facebook ad manager is not easy. I feel like I was back in graduate school, and you're right. You have to be able to outsource, but you need to have an understanding. Like if you are a entrepreneur and you have a website, and I know you got a lot of solopreneurs, people that are doing stuff on their own, and you don't have Facebook Pixel installed, you need to, as you're listening to this right now, because this is going to be an audio form and on video, you need to be pulling up in the browser and reading about Facebook Pixel as I'm talking. You need to install Facebook Pixel Helper as a Google Chrome extension. Install it right now, and you need to figure out how to get Facebook Pixel installed on your computer. Either you need to do it or you get somebody else to do it. And you need to understand these things because all this information is free. It's free. It's not going to be free for long. It's free. We have to take advantage, man. Like all of us, like I'm an 80s baby, 90s kid. I call myself a geriatric millennial. Like that's what I am. I'm 35, right? And so when we were coming up, it was like, you got to go to college. You got to go to college. And then we got to college and realized that was the biggest hustle of all time. But the reason it became a hustle is because of the internet, right? Our parents knew they didn't have access to information because all the information was in college. So for you to get that information, you had to have a good test score, had to have good grades. You had to be in college to get access to the information. Everything Harvard kids are learning in their MBA programs, everything Stanford kids are learning in their MBA programs, you can find on YouTube for free right now. Go to YouTube, type in Harvard MBA lectures. Go type Stanford MBA lectures, and you can learn the exact same thing. You can find the syllabi. For those of y'all that don't know, I didn't learn this till like my sophomore year. That is plural for syllabus. I said syllabuses, and this white girl was like, syllabi? Yeah, Karen, sorry. Shit, I ain't know, sorry. But so you can go find the syllabi, the syllabus, which is basically what you're going to do the whole semester in that class. You can find it online for free for damn near any class. So there's no reason that you shouldn't be accessing this information. We're in this golden era, man. We got to strike. Got to strike with iron's hot.
The only thing I want to just add here, or I guess bring up, is the relationships. I think about when I went to Hampton University. You can't necessarily get the same relationships if you're not there, Dorian, which I don't know how much that would be worth in all schools.
I think social media has made people closer, but you're right. There's nothing like touching and the exponential, but look at the era we're in. What's going to happen with that, right? Like you look at Vegas. Vegas makes a lot of money where people being in close proximity to each other. The beach clubs and the nightclubs are rocking. What's the future for them? You know what I mean? So even that's going to go through a shift of, okay, we like being around each other, but what's going to happen with that, right? Because they're saying like with all these colleges, like Harvard just announced that their entire school year is going to be all online, but their kids are getting no discount on tuition. So you're still got to pay that 50 racks, even though you ain't going to be there. I mean, and people are still going to live inside the dorms, but can we really live in the dorms? Because we need 6 feet. So even with that, we're in a transitional period. So there's still a lot. That's what I'm saying right now. Like, don't focus so much on the unknown. This is the known. We pay attention to Facebook. We pay attention to Instagram. We pay attention to all the social media. Black people, we build all of this. We get no equity. And right now, all this information is free, and you can use it to make money. You can use it to make money. I don't know if you got any barbers in your audience, but I'm going to just go off on them anyway. Barbers, I don't know what the hell y'all are doing. Why are you not on Instagram right now teaching people how to line themselves up, teaching people how to shave themselves, teaching them beard maintenance online by yourself? Why you got to just keep showing pictures of the cuts you've done and who you hanging out with? I don't care whose hair that you cut. Show me how to cut my own, because you know what? Like I just gave you the Steph Curry analogy. You going to show me, and I'm going to try, I'm going to mess it up. And guess who I'm going to go to? Hey, man, I need you to fix this. If you're a barber, why don't you have a class that you sell for $1,000 that can teach other barbers? This is how you get your business right. This is how you get your barber shop right. This is how you hire other people. Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you selling your own beard oil? Black barbers, why are y'all using all these German-owned clippers? Why don't y'all have your own clippers? If we want to talk about, we want to change equity and everything we got going on. If all the black barbers in America start talking to each other, there ain't a black person they can't reach. From Obama to my cousin Dion, who's locked up in Dayton, they all get their hair cut. Barbers, y'all know everybody. Y'all out here slacking. Beauticians, y'all the same way. Why ain't y'all doing this? Why ain't y'all doing it? We give so much money to hair, and it goes to everybody but us. Stupid, dumb. Now's the time.
I love it, man. You're passionate, bro. All right, I had you for 45 minutes. See if I got anybody got any questions over here? I see one dude. You're welcome. You went to a share sale. You followed all my stuff. God bless you, Jolie. Hope you bought a house today. Good for you. That's weird. I heard you, Dorian, mention talking about real estate. If you have bought two, somebody came to me the other day, was talking about, well, I'm not an expert. I've only done 2 deals. If you have bought 2 houses, 2 in your lifetime, you bought more than 90% of the people in the country.
Bought more than me. I ain't bought none yet.
That's my point. So look, we all are. Let me ask you: are we all an expert in something, Dorian? Because some people say, "Well, I just don't have the expertise in something."
We all experts in something, whether it's cutting hair, whether it's real estate, whether it's digital marketing, whether it's sex. Where you're good at something. Sleep. Seriously, we're all good at. We all have genius level, God level talent, and something that other people don't. And people are fascinated by people who are really good at things that they can't do. A lot of parents don't understand like the video game phenomenon. I don't understand why you paying to watch somebody play a video game. The same reason your ass pays to watch somebody stand on stage and sing. The same reason that you pay to watch LeBron. They're doing something at a high level that they can't do. So it's entertaining. What is it that you can do? And you might not be at the Beyonce stage level or at the LeBron level yet, right? But there's something that you can do at a high level if you really double down and put in your 10,000 hours where people will pay you to do that. And now you ain't got to go on the road. You can do it like we doing it right here.
Right now.
I mean, it's a layup. It's a layup.
So I'm gonna let you get out of here, Dorian. I got one more thing I want to talk to you about. I know I was fired 7 times. I just couldn't keep a job. Damn. So I want you to talk to my roundup homies, and there's nothing wrong with working for somebody, y'all. Entrepreneurship. I got 2 things. I want to talk about your grind.
Yeah.
And before that, tell me about your past employment. I'm presuming did you have good jobs?
Me and my homeboy, shout out to my brother Corey Lee, man. And we came out of college during the recession.
In 08?
Yeah, that's when I came out of high year.
That was a beast.
Yeah, I actually came out like summer 2007. So I was like, whoops, here you go. I had 31 jobs, man, before I started my business.
I figured that.
31 jobs. So, I mean, from being a bouncer in a nightclub to working for colleges and as an admissions rep to college basketball coach to selling men's suits. I mean, I've had them all. And I've learned something from every single position. And I've gotten fired. I've quit. There's nothing that's happened in the realm of working for someone else that I haven't experienced. And one thing that I learned, man, is that especially for our generation, we're not going to get promoted. We're just going to have to keep leaving jobs. And the thing for me they don't promote like that. And if they do, when they promote you like a 5% raise, it's just gas now. And so I learned, like, if I ever want to make 6 figures, I'm going to have to do it on my own. And the moment I left my last job, I voluntarily left because my business was growing. My business matched what I was making at the job. So I said, let me leave. That first year, which was last year, I made $130,000 in business. You know what I mean? That was my very, very first year. And so I know a lot of people who are out here thinking and like wondering about that. And as I'm in here by myself because Kris left, but he'll be back. But I know there are a lot of people in here who are wondering, like, how am I going to be able to support myself? How am I going to be able to do this? How am I going to be able to make money? Like, bro, you got to take a chance. If you build something, if you build the foundation and you really care about what you got going on and you position yourself as an expert, like, you will have an opportunity to create your own wealth. Like, you will have, here we go, Kris is back now. You'll have you'll have an opportunity to create your own wealth. And that's what I had to do. I realized these people, they not going to value me like I value myself. These corporations treat you like a piece of furniture. And like I said, like you said, I'm sorry, it ain't nothing wrong working for nobody. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It just wasn't in my DNA. But even if you work for somebody, why are you not buying stock? Why are you not taking every paycheck that you get and you say, you know what, I'm taking 20%. I'm not even touching it. I'm putting it into a savings. Why haven't you automated that? Why haven't you built up your FU fund? Because it's going to be a day. It's going to be a day. It's probably going to be a Monday at about 9:36 a.m. And they're going to hit you with one of them emails about something y'all been talking about for 2 months. There's probably going to be some new middle manager. And that's not going to be the day you're going to want to deal with it. And you've been thinking about it for a while. And when that day comes, if you sitting on 20, 25, 30 racks, you can be like, hey, man, I'm out. I don't need this. I don't need to be abused. But if you're sitting on $25, now you like the college football players I was just talking about. They're going to smack you in the face. Yes, sir. No, sir. And you're going to be right there getting mad at your cat and kicking your dog in the face because you ain't got nobody else to take your frustration out on.
Well, I think when I was talking to Patrick, I'm like, I hear him talk. He is like he's like a machine, right? He's like a tool where if you stick him somewhere, he would create, you could, one of those Swiss Army knives, I guess you could hammer, nail gun, turn it, paintbrush, all that stuff. But your grind, before I let you go, tell me about your grind. Not everybody, and I'm not saying I'm right, wrong, good or bad. I'm up 5 o'clock and it's hard. I'm going to tell you. And I have a bunch of real estate, paying passive income. We build houses. I'm semi okay, but I'm still working hard, dog. Tell me about your grind, my brother.
Well, first, I got time, so if you want to go another 20 minutes, I got that. But but when it comes to the grind, man, it's so like I told y'all when I was younger, I lived in Japan, and I moved there when I was 6 months old, and I left when I was 4.5. I think that really altered whatever the body clock, the circadian
rhythm,
bro. Like I get energy at 1 a.m. Like I be going to bed at like 6 a.m. You know what I'm saying? So like I be up like during now, and I might take a nap for like an hour and a half, like midday. You can ask anybody that knows me from like 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. I'm up. Like people DM me, I'm responding back. People like we get orders at 3:30 a.m. I'm processing them. So I don't even know if it's a grind, man. It's just more like a way of life. Like for me, Group 82 is my life. It's how I feed my daughter. It's how I provide for my family. It's how we're going to be financially free.
It's a way of life.
It is. And so I don't look at it as a grind. And that's the difference between a job and a business. And I learned that when I was coaching. Like when I was coaching, I never viewed it as a job. I had a lot of coaching positions where I ain't get paid. But I loved basketball so much, it didn't matter to me. Like I would be at basketball all day, 12 hours a day. I would come home and I'm watching ESPN. I'm watching games. I'm watching tape. On my phone, I'm reading about players who are ranked in 7th, 8th, 9th grade. I'm texting my friends. I'm up to 2, 3 in the morning. I loved basketball. It wasn't a job for me. It was my life. This is how Group 82 and business and digital marketing is for me now. It's not a job. And everybody has that. Well, there's nothing in my life I care about. Yeah, it is. But yeah, it is. There's something in your life that you could spend all day doing. I just want to smoke weed all day, then be a weed entrepreneur. You know what I mean? Like there's something that you can do all day, and that's where your passion is, and that's where you're going to learn that mastery. So when it comes to that grind, man, I don't even know we should even use that term anymore because we just think about the grindstone and going to work and powering through and
give us a different perspective. All it is, here, you know what? I learned how to get a good night's sleep, right? I'm going to do a video on it. When you go to bed, don't think about the 4 hours that you're going to, I'm sorry, the book, it's called a book called The Miracle Morning, right? He goes, when you go to bed at night, don't think about, I only have 4 hours to sleep. Go to bed with a thankful attitude that thank you, universe, for giving me 4 hours to sleep. Yeah. When I change that, dude, I sleep so much better. Help it, Dorian. What can you give us to change it? Because I'm still looking at it like, I mean, when I hang out, once again, when I hang out with the guys that I know, these dudes don't sleep. But it's a little less challenging for me. It's a little more challenging for me.
I think what keeps me up, man, is like the alternative. I had 31 jobs, right? Like I said,
so you don't want to go back.
I've been in every situation, man. And when I realized people are not going to value you like how you value you, like here I am. I'm a father. Like I got a daughter. Like I got a 1-year-old. You know what I mean? And
tighten up.
And I'm in control of her life right now. Of course, we let her do what she does, but I'm in control. But how can I let another man control me? Tell me when I can see my daughter. Tell me when I can eat, when I'm allowed to go pee. Tell me when I can go see my family. Man, what are you talking about? Like I know a lot of y'all are like, oh, well, I put in my vacation. It always gets approved. They know what's up. Man, if they tell you you ain't going nowhere, what you gonna do? Because you ain't got your FU fund. You got $30 saved. You're going to be right there at work. I mean, so that's what it was for me. I know my personality. It was like, I ain't going back to that. And I don't think anybody should have to live with that. You should not have to live. You know how many days I woke up, man, every day, and I was just mad I had to go to work or irritated. Like no one deserves to wake up like that. You just talked about getting a good night's sleep. You can't get a good night's sleep when you know you got to wake up tomorrow and go spend 9 hours doing something you don't want to do.
Yeah.
So if that's not steam to power you to financial freedom, you need to figure that out for yourself. Because that's what it does for me. Like that's why I'm up processing orders and all that. Because bro, I ain't going back. I'm not doing it. Not doing
what? It pushes me too, dude. I'm like, I don't want to go back to where I worked at a foundry, so I think those losses over the years for me, even Walt Disney says we all need a good loss early on to help us get over it quicker.
I think as a musician, we all get humbled quick, and I don't want that no more. When you drop something and everybody thinks you trash, for me, it's like, okay, all right, I don't want to feel that no more. Let me figure this out. So I definitely don't want that with my business. Thank God we had that at Group 82.
I'm honored to have you on my channel, my friend. Listen, Dorian, y'all get his stuff, man. The dude is doing some amazing stuff on social media, platforms, group82.com, and social media is at Dorian Group 82. Thank you so much, my friend. That's all I got for you. Anything else you want to leave for the new entrepreneurs, Dorian?
So it's group82music.com. So anybody that's a musician, anything like that's the thing for me. Like we didn't even really talk about the music like that. I got millions of streams on Spotify. Well, I'm an independent.
Let's do this. I had you for an hour. Let's do this. We're gonna do. Can you? I don't want you to promise me, but can we agree? We'll do it when you have that new thing. We'll because I didn't even get into the streams and the million thing and all that stuff you're doing.
Let's schedule it from a month from now, and because that's gonna line right in with what I'm doing. So I'm absolutely so
okay. All right.
But group82music.com. Any artist, man, you want to do your music full time, man, you need to really look at our website. Go download the free ebook over there, how to get 1 million streams on Spotify. I literally walk you through step by step of what I did. And then group82media.com. That's for all of our realtors and our barbers and anybody who's trying to build their own brand. We help you, and we'll run your digital, we'll run your Facebook ads for you. We'll help you hire interns. That's another thing. If you got an LLC, you can hire interns, especially right now, because they need college credit and they can't go anywhere. So if you have a digital business, you got an LLC, you can post an ad on Indeed right now. They're going to apply. You hire them. They're going to send you a paper from their school. You sign it. They're going to get the college credit. And now you got somebody to work for you for 4 months who wants to learn. You ain't got to pay them a dime. So that's the stuff that we teach you and that we do at group82media.com. We'll do your graphic design. We'll do your email funnels. We'll build your website so it's Facebook Pixel. Y'all need to go Google that. I told y'all to do it. So if it's too much for you or you want to learn more, hit me up, man. We'll do that. And all social media is Dorian Group 82. So hit me up on Instagram, man. I respond to every DM.
Yeah, let's catch back up, man. Dorian, it's an honor to hang out with you, my friend.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Chris.
Round up family, hit that like button, subscribe, share with any other entrepreneurs. I promise you, this digital stuff. I'm a real estate guy. All of my real estate mentors are doing internet stuff. I mean, these dudes. Anyway, huge investors round up. I'm begging you. Yes, do real estate. Do it. But there are some houses that I can't even go see right now because of this COVID virus. We got people walking through the house doing videos on the cell phone. So just consider making some money on the internet. Look at Dorian's made a lifestyle out of this thing. I'm so proud of you, brother.
Thank you, man. And this is a great platform. So, like I said, man, a month from now, let's get back.
Sounds good. Okay, round up family, subscribe. I'll see you soon. Peace.